In this video, we're going to be reviewing tools. Again, tools can be extremely dangerous, and we must keep it in mind that every time we work with a tool, that we're thinking about ourselves, we're thinking about anyone around us, and of course, thinking about the property that we are working on to make sure that we're not causing any harm. Again, it's on hand tools and power tools. So we're going to review and we're preparing for the exam. The first question I have, the tool that includes an internal um, compensator mechanism which allows for rapid setup times is the blank internal compensator. If you in your reading in your textbook, it is a tool that will be used um, by um, tradesmen, carpenters, or surveyors to um, to be able to show something that will help them in the business. Is it a router? Is it a builder leveling rod, or auto level? Again, from your readings, you should have that answer. And it's D, the auto level. In other words, auto level is something that have a compensator inside of it. You've probably seen it before. It's like a laser that hits the wall that you can see the level. These ones they're coming out with these days are unbelievable. You can level sometime at different levels. Vertical, horizontal, and a second vertical. In other words, 90 degrees. That you can set things and line up walls and in two different directions very easily with an auto level. So that compensator finds its own level, so it saves you time for setup time. So again, this is a tool that is used by carpenters when they're building things. Matter of fact, other trades too. You want something level, you can get a plumb line, you can get a level, but this electronic laser can speed the process up quicker and faster and seek that level for you. Next question. Which of the following tools would be especially useful when laying out angle cuts for roof rafters? Roof rafters. Is it a tri-square, a combination square, drywall square, speed square? It is D again. It's a speed square. The speed square, it is that triangle that actually have degrees on it, but also have markings in it to help to line up your rafters to find out the angles and the pitch of your rafters. Next tool, the type of plane used to smooth rough lumber is the blank. The type of plane used to smooth rough lumber is blank. Is it a block plane, a jack plane? Is it a smoothing plane? And it's a joiner plane. Now, all these are planes, and they all are used for smoothing and leveling and taking down wood. But one of them is designed to smooth wood. Uh, and don't be fooled by some of these words, but study again. When you look at the planes, there's very specific type planes, and it's the jack plane will be the answer. I'm going to see if I can post a video on jack planes. Um, let's see. And that way you can see the difference of these different types of planes. We have some here. Hopefully we get a chance to know. And I say hopefully you will be able to practice some of these in the lab. Question number 4. Which of the following clamps might be used when assembling an irregular shaped object such as an octagonal table? Is it a hand screw clamp, quick clamp, web clamp, or a C clamp? The question is, which of the following clamps might be used when assembling an irregular, that's a key word, shape object, such as an octagonal table? And that will be the web clamp. The web clamp. The web clamp actually have a strap that goes around it, and that's why it can fit uh, uh, irregular shapes and hold things together. Question number 5. The type of saw commonly used with a miter box is the blank. Is it a back saw, coping saw, drywall saw, and a compass saw? And the answer is the back saw. The back saw is called a back saw. It's a straight saw. It's rectangular in shape. You got fine teeth in it. However, it has a reinforced back on it. You will notice it very clearly. It has a reinforced back on it to keep it straight when you're cutting, keep it from flexing. It fits inside of a miter box. Question number 6. What type of square would a carpenter use to place the beveled corner on the handle of the square against the wood to create a 45-degree angle? Is the fill in the blank one. What type of square would a carpenter use to place the beveled corner on the handle of this square against the wood to create a 45-degree angle? And the answer is a combination square. Combination square. It actually has a 45-degree cut into it, so make it easy. It is both 90s and a 45. So you'll see both of those, a 90 and a 45. So that's why it's a combination. They messed up that. It says, what type of handsaw would a carpenter use to make scroll cuts for doorway trim, or any type of trim? It could be trim for crown molding. It could be for baseboard trimming. To what we call coping the corners, so it would be able to fit like it's a glove. It's a really cool way to set uh, the trim. What type of clamp should a carpenter use to secure the members together while driving the screws to fasten several steel framing members together into an assembly? What type of clamp would a carpenter use to secure the members together while driving screws to fasten several steel framing members together? And it might surprise you, but if you read the book, you will have the answer. And it's the locking C clamp. In other words, it's like vice grips, but it's shaped like a C with deep jaws to be able to go around things. That's a tool if you do work with metal studs, it will be a common thing. Or if you weld, it will be something you probably use too. A power tool should be disconnected before performing maintenance on it. Is that true or false? If anyone missed this one, you fired. So the answer is true. Always disconnect the power before working on it. Changing a blade, um, whatever you need to do, make sure take your time. The size of a circular saw is determined by the blank. The size of the circular saw is determined by the blank. The length of the base plate, the diameter of the largest blade that it can use, diameter of the electrical cord, the throat capacity. And it should be common sense, and it is the diameter of the largest blade that can be used. So like a 7 1/4 or a 5 inch, or but it's a circular saw. It's a handheld one. So there's some common sizes out there. The maximum size of stock that a drill press can accept is determined by the blank. Is it the length of the base plate, the diameter of the largest blade that can be used, the diameter of the electrical cord, the throat capacity? And if it's a drill press, it will be the throat capacity. So the throat is the amount of space that you can drill through. In other words, from the center of the blade to where the back stand is located will be the throat size. Okay, so again, when now they look at drill presses two ways: the amount of space you can drill into, number one, and also the throat capacity. When routing plastic laminates and plywood, it is recommended that you use a blank. Is it high-speed steel bit, aluminum bit, carbide tip bit, or a drill bit? And a couple of these are way off, and one is for sure the correct answer. And the answer is the carbide tip bit. Here's the reason why. Carbide tips are very strong. And plywood is because of the glue and things on it. It is in plywood. Another thing is because uh, the um, the wood panels are in different directions. It can cause stress on it and wear the tip out faster. But the carbide tip actually um, give it longer life. Longer life. When cutting bevels or chamfers with a joiner plane, use an blank. Is it a T-bevel, adjustable fence, a miter gauge, or a feather board? And so this is talking about a using uh, a joiner. A joiner is like a planer. So a joiner actually got blades in it that turns at high speeds. It's a round wheel that turns, and it got blades. Maybe three. A very good one would have four blades, but usually two to three is common. Three is about the standard. But a joiner is like a planer, and a joiner is a fixed tabletop type of that you actually run your boards through. And so the answer, again, would be the adjustable fence, that you can adjust it. Which of the following materials should not be cut with a power shear, power metal shear? What materials? Is it sheet metal, steel studs, metal straps, steel I-beams? And you should have that answer. Um, I-beams is too thick for it to cut with a power shear. It will not cut it. You would damage the shear. Shears are designed to cut, well, at least these type of shears are designed to cut sheet metal, and they have a certain limit of gauge that it can cut up to. Anything over that limit, that size of cutting, um, it will damage that tool. So I-beams is certainly not is designed to cut. Pneumatic nailers and staplers are powered by blank. Is electricity, propane, compressed air, hydraulics. Pneumatic nailers and staplers are powered by compressed air. The word pneumatic means air pressure. Air pressure. It's is a Greek word, old Greek word, pneuma, meaning air power. And we use today just call it pneumatic. So anyway, air pressure. Alrighty, we're going to be finishing up and in this module, and we'll have an exam coming after this. So I would say study and understand your tools, practice to get the most experience possible. Because the only way you could be proficient with any thing is to use it and practice over and over again until you perfect it.